I avoided steel path for almost my entire time since I returned to Warframe. And here's the thing, I was right too. You can access roughly 95% of Warframe without clearing a single steel path node. Incursions, relics, Duviri, the open worlds, basically all of it, available to you already. So why am I finally doing it? One node, one single node broke me, the Jade Farm. And it wasn't even a slow decision. One day I just looked at it and I thought, enough. I'm pushing straight through steel path, node by node, all the way to Uranus.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
So I can actually run the Ascension mission the fast, efficient way instead of grinding it out forever on a regular difficulty. That and pride obviously is the entire reason I'm putting myself through this. So let's talk about how I'm actually doing it, what I'm using, what almost made me quit in the first 2 hours.
Another job well executed.
Let's get this out of the way first, because I know some of you are going to say just play the game normally. Steel path isn't content, really. It's a harder version of the content you've already done. Enemies are high level, they hit like trucks, and there's basically no room for sloppy mistakes. For most of the game's systems you genuinely don't need it. You can farm relics, run Duviri, do open world bounties, all of that on a regular start chat just fine. But there are a small number of things locked behind it. The Jade Farm node is the big one for me. If you know, you know. Then there's just the flex, the pride of it, steel path essence, the reward currency, and just being able to say you did it. So this isn't you need this video, it's here's what I'm doing and what's worked. One quick tip before we get into it is a specific node type is kicking your teeth in. Go check the Warframe wiki or the subreddit for that mission type. There's almost always someone who's already figured out a specific trick or route for that exact node, and it saves you from banging your head against something that has a known easy answer. I've gone through a bit of an arc here. My original pick for steel path was a Revenant Prime, and honestly not bad choice at all. Mesmer skin makes you basically unkillable, he scales fine into higher levels, solid pick, but right now Dante is my main, not even close. I picked him up, modded him properly, and he's become my steel path workhorse. This is the build I'm running. The overshield from his abilities is honestly the star of the show. It doesn't just protect me, I can throw it onto teammates, which becomes relevant in a sec. Now here's an honest confession, I started playing after the Torid Incarnon drop in the circuit, so I don't actually have it yet. A lot of veteran players are going to laugh at my loadout because of this, so instead I'm running the Ascension Prime, and it's genuinely good. My only real complaint is the ammo economy. I burn through it fast on steel path enemy density. Solution, I just carry a stack of ammo restores in my gear wheel and never think about it again. Problem solved, moving on. Secondary weapon I actually don't use the most of the time, even though I have fully built Stag Incarnon sitting there ready to go. Axeltra Prime alone has been enough to clear the vast majority of nodes, so I just don't need to switch. Dante can't do literally everything, and I think that's actually a good thing. It keeps the steel path from feeling like one long repetitive loop. Spy missions, I swap into Ivara, cloak arrow, invisibility, no alarms, in and out clean. Rescue missions, Titania, fast, small hitbox, great for the sneak and extract playstyle, these missions won. Defense, mobile defense and defense sabotage were the trickiest for me, but honestly I welcome that. It's the first time in a while steel path has felt like an actual challenge instead of comfortable overkill. And that's even with Dante having raw potential to delete entire rooms on steel path. I can only imagine what he's going to look like once I get his prime. Assassinations and tanky, tough enemies. This is where Revenant comes back into rotation for me, also my go-to for junctions in general. I've also pulled out Rhino once, specifically to deal with Sargas Rock. That fight rewards a very specific toolkit, and Rhino and Natar delivered. I also want to shout out to Gaia or Jar, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. She's incredibly fun, but she's still way too squishy right now because I haven't modded her properly yet. Once that build is dialed in, she might be getting her own dedicated spot in the rotation. So right now my split looks like 90% Dante, Revenant for tough enemies, assassinations and junctions, Rhino for specific fights like Sargas Rock, and Invara for spy. One more honest struggle, Stalker's little friends, the acolytes that spawn in random steel path missions. A couple of times they've shown up mid-note and very nearly ended my run before I knew what hit. Still figuring out the best way to handle them without just eating the damage. Something I didn't expect going into this, a lot of the time I'd land in a mission next to some random lost soul just barely holding up, clearly struggling with the level scaling. Dante's overshield doesn't just protect me, I can hand it out teammates too. Every now and then I just bestow this little blessing to a squad mate who looked like they were about to get deleted. Did I actually let anyone suffer just to feel powerful for a second? No, I didn't. I just wanted that line to sound cool.
I'll talk to him if I see him.
Yep.
But I guarantee you he see me. I don't even know them, I just thought that sounded cool.
Moving on. Genuinely, there's something satisfying about carrying a squad to a level that's actually trying to kill all of you. I'm not fully done with Steel Path yet, I'm only cleared what I actually needed to unlock Jade Farm node so far. I haven't even touched the Void. I know that's where the real nightmare tier enemies come in, but as I keep building my frames properly, I'll get there eventually. But once I've got more time, I'm going all in on the rest of the star chart, running it exactly the way I showed you here. If you're working through Steel Path 2, drop your frame and weapon setup in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what everyone else is running. And if you want to see the full clear or Dante build breakdown in more depth, let me know, and that might be the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.